Does that ring a bell? Great. Well, again, I wanted to call and thank you first and foremost for returning that survey, and it just really helps us better understand the people here in our community. And again, we know that sometimes when people receive a letter in the mail, most people will take it and say, why is shedding, or why is the funeral home sending me something? Why on earth are they reaching out to me? And it's just kind of unique. But you didn't throw it away. You took the time to fill it out and send it back to us. What was it about that day that motivated you to do that?
Well, I'll tell you what happened. I don't know. We got it a while back. The problem was we got the wrong number, and so I just got it back with the right number. So
Right.
I don't know. I don't know what happened. It might have been a type error. It could have been anything. But anyway, we got your right number now. But it looks like you're interested in some declining information.
Yeah, no, I totally understand, and thank you so much for sharing that with me. A lot of times we think about why we do this, and for you, what would you say is the single most important reason that you would want to get these things taken care of?
Okay. Well, I tell you what I do is I do scheduling for
Right.
a nice lady by name of
And I get it. I think if I'm understanding you, the economical side of prearranging, as well as lifting maybe that burden off of your family when time comes, that when the end does come, I think it's a great thing to have prearranged for you and for your family, for the loved ones that you have. And again, thank you so much for sharing that. We have some information we want to give you. It's our Final Wishes Organizer. It's a piece of information that helps us kind of get all our thoughts together. And Steve Brown, one of our advanced planning counselors, would love to come and meet with you and your family and to kind of talk over these things and have an opportunity to walk you through the process. So Steve, is there a time that you would be available here in the next couple days or weeks that we could meet with you?
Tomorrow work for you?
Sure.
Tell you what I have available.
I have Steve's calendar here right in front of me. And what we would like to do is set an appointment, and if it does need to change, we can always be flexible with that. But we'd like to put some time on the calendar just so that we have a plan in action.
Tomorrow at 6 or Monday?
Yeah, this is right now. For some reason, this is the only time it's available. Is on the 3rd, which is next Tuesday, and let's see, and then the 10th, which is also a Tuesday, and she is available from 9 o'clock until 3:30.
Yeah, it's a great question, Thomas. It really is. And what Steve Brown's role is to help you go through that together. And a lot of times when information is handed to you, it really just creates more confusion or more questions that we would love to be there and help address in front of you. So Steve, again, it's a good opportunity for him to introduce these ideas to you together. It really is. And so we don't really normally send information ahead of time. We just allow an opportunity for Steve and the families to meet so they can go over it together.
Monday evening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great question. It's a great question. The short answer is yes. The funeral home and the cemeteries don't necessarily work hand in hand. They do operate independently, at least in Columbus. That's really how, as you can imagine, we help facilitate that, and we can arrange. If you have a plot already purchased or paid for it, we coordinate with the cemeteries. But if you don't, we can point you in the right direction, have you reach out, and some cemeteries will allow you to pre-arrange your plot or prepay for their services there, because they are separate from that of the funeral home. But that's
Yes.
I'm Stephen Davis. And Steve Brown. And would Monday evening potentially work for you? Around 5. Okay.
Yeah, we could start it in the morning if you'd like, at 9 o'clock, 9:30.
Okay. What about Tuesday?
Yeah, we like to set aside an hour, but really, Mr. Agnew, it's up. Okay.
Sure.
All right, we're at 4 Cardinal Road.
Typically, what time we can do appointments after work hours. So when I say evening, sometimes we can even meet starting at 6
Yeah.
o'clock if it's convenient for you and your wife.
Yes. Uh-huh. Well, what do you think about, let's see, about 9:30?
That's great. Totally fine.
And now, would your wife be there with you?
Okay.
Right.
So what we do, it's similar to like that of the doctor's appointment. We call you 1 to 2 days in advance just to confirm.
Hello?
So if we did set the appointment, say for Tuesday at 5 or 6 o'clock for you,
Okay.
we would call you on Monday just to confirm that worked, or you could call us letting us know if it did work or didn't work. So,
Okay, I understand.
okay, that's perfect.
All right, so,
That'll work
all
great.
right, and what we'll do is we'll call you the day before, just
Yeah,
as a
at the
reminder,
Worthington
just to
Chapel.
make sure everything's okay.
And
And,
would it be
other
most
than
convenient
that,
for us to
you're
meet
gonna see
you at your
Valerie
home, or
there.
would you like to meet at the Worthington
Really
Chapel
nice
there on High Street?
And I think you'll get a lot out of it.
We are.
No,
We're
MAY.
building a new chapel right there in Dublin, so it'll be. You got it. Yeah. So that'll be that kind of hill. Will service families there in the Dublin and Hilliard market a little better there. And you're in Dublin, right? Yeah. So that chapel. Yeah. So what we'll do is we can meet at a different chapel for now, and we would obviously use the Dublin chapel for any services that you guys would want. in the
Oh,
future.
yeah, I would,
Hello?
or a sign out front, yeah.
Yeah.
It's called the Island Funeral Home in Crematory.
Okay.
Okay. That'd be great.